Hey, my name is Mohammed Darab, and in this video, I'm going to share something that happened to me over the weekend, and hopefully it'll save you some time and headache, when I tried to upgrade my on-prem big data cluster from CU2 to CU3. So before I get started, I want to say any link or article I mention in this video will be in the video description below, so you can check that out later. So let me give you a little background. CU3 was released on March 12th. That was let me check my calendar, on Thursday. So I thought, okay, cool. I will go ahead and on Friday or Saturday, I'll go ahead and create a video of how to upgrade your big data cluster and post it to YouTube, and I create a blog and all that type of stuff. Unbeknownst to me, I encountered the error for the very first time, and then I had to scrap that idea, and now I'm creating this video. So hopefully this one, equally important. Now I can save you some more time. But regardless, I run the AZ data upgrade command, and by the way, I have a blog post on how to run the upgrade for your big data cluster. That link is in the video description. So I run the command, and it takes a little bit longer than usual. It's over an hour, it's over 60 minutes. It was so long, I remember I had to go get something to eat, get something to drink. I came back, it was like 2 hours later, and still, it seems hung. So I log into vSphere and I see that there are some messages for each node of my big data cluster. And the message says, pretty much you ran out of storage. God, okay. So what do? I just shut everything down. I shut all the nodes down, and I try to bring them back up. Same error message. So then what I did was I booted one at a time. I booted up the master, that came out fine. Then I had to look in and figure out what was going on. I had some issues. I reached out to the product team and I told them, I'm encountering this error with this storage. What's really happening on the back end when you run the upgrade? I know you download the new CU3 image file, but I don't know, other than that, I don't really know what's going on. So they were kind enough and very fast. They replied back and they said, pretty much what happens is, whatever version you currently are upgrading from, so in my case I have CU2, all those CU2 image files for all the different services, about 25 services, are not going to be removed from your big data cluster. So when you go ahead and download the CU3, that's in addition to all the different image files that you have already. So you see here I have, and I just wanted to give you a visual and a list so you can go back and see for yourself all the different image files that are needed for the big data cluster. So let's go down here and scroll down, and you can find this. Again, this link is in the video description, but you can head on over to the BDC documentation, and it's under offline deployments. Scroll down here, right here. This is what I'm talking about. So all of these different image files for all these different services, HA, controller, security, Knox, Kibana, Grafana, all these different services, images files have to be downloaded. Now, when you upgrade, the previous version is there in case of a rollback, which makes sense. So if I'm upgrading to CU3, and for some reason something happens where it has to roll back to CU2, then if those files are not there, how's it going to do that? So regardless of whether I go and try to delete the image of the previous, let's say CU2, I try to delete them using the docker RMI command, the AZ data command will download them regardless. It'll always download the N-1 image files. So, which is understandable. It's actually pretty cool. Now that I understand that, it makes sense. My suggestion was, can there be a way, or can there be some type of enhancement or notification that as soon as you run that AZ data BDC upgrade command, you hit enter, one of the first things it does in its checks is to see the available free space on the node, on the cluster, versus how much is needed. And obviously if it's less than what's needed, then stop everything, print out a little friendly message saying, hey, you need more storage before we move on. So they took that advice, and hopefully in a future release, that'll be in there. So that makes it a lot easier, and honestly would have saved me 2 hours of thinking and troubleshooting, trying to figure out what's going on. So I can't imagine if it's a huge production environment, you have tons of instances of SQL Server, and you just let it go and you come back in the next morning and it's still hung, you're trying to figure out, this will probably save a lot of troubleshooting headache and time. So hopefully this video was of some benefit. I'm still working on creating the upgrade video, so you can actually see how the upgrade is. It's fairly simple, but check out the blog post that goes. I have some screenshots in there for you to check that out. This video was primarily to show you the issue I encountered. So if you're thinking about upgrading and you encounter some issue, or maybe you did, you kind of gave up, don't give up. This is the reason why. So now you know. Yeah, if you have any questions, comments, leave them below, and yeah, subscribe, like the video, appreciate it, thumbs up. Catch you in the next one. Take care.